Hey guys, first Regardsman here, and I'll be talking about a double plasma build for the Tactical class in Space Marine 2 patch 13. Now, the Plasma Incinerator got a buff this patch. They upped the common shot damage by a whopping 40%, and they also upped the charge shot damage by 10%, so it feels way better now, especially when you stack on bonuses like Plasma Boost and stuff like that. And today I'll be using the Venting Speed version, and mainly because shooting off your common shots in this build is actually a viable strategy now, so having a, fatter cooldown is a pretty nice option for this weapon. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take blast radius first. Damage radius of a charge shot increases by 10%. Then I move here into the perk Rampage. After killing 7 enemies in rapid succession, you will deal 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Cooldown is 15 seconds. It is actually very easy to trigger this off of common shots now, so this is actually a pretty good perk effect. And the next perk here is Efficient Charge. Moving here into the perk Charge Speed. Projectile speed of charge shots increases by 25%. Having a faster charge shot speed is really nice in this game. The common shot speed perk up here for common speed is less useful in my opinion. Common shots are already pretty fast, but the charge shots especially, these do benefit from this perk. Next perk here is Blast Radius for another radius increase in our charge shots. Then I move here into the perk Adamant Velocity. When your health is below 30%, shots will charge 25% faster. This perk is super useful when you hit that breakpoint. The charge speed increase here is very substantial, especially for a venting speed version. And the venting speed here, this will allow you to shoot more shots before you actually overheat, so having more damage and charge rate on all of those is super nice. Next perk here is Perfect Radius. After a perfectly timed dodge, the damage radius of a charge shot increases by 10% for 10 seconds. This perk is okay. I definitely like the perk up here, Retaliation, more. Unfortunately, we cannot take this perk and the perk down here simultaneously, so we're kind of stuck with this one. But a damage radius increase is pretty nice. Then we move here to the perk Perpetual Velocity, up here into the perk Fast Venting, and then I grab the perk Home Precision. Equipped weapons maximum spread decreases by 50% when firing without aiming. This perk is super nice for both charge shots and common shots. It actually makes your hip fire very accurate, and I take this on pretty much every variant of the Plasma Incinerator because a hip fire on the charge shots, that is super nice at like medium range. I really wouldn't try to use this at like long range, but for close and medium, it is a very strong perk option. Also just makes your whole combat flow go way better. Next perk here is Common Cooling. Common shots generate 10% less heat. This is really nice on top of the venting speed here, just give you more common shots, though I will say, if you want to skip over this perk and take Great Might instead for a 10% buff against Terminus, you can definitely do that. Final perk here is Efficient Charge, and that's pretty much all there is for the Plasma Incinerator. Now I will say, you can really take whatever variant you want. If you want rate of fire for charge shots, you can do that. If you want the firepower version, you can also do that. That is up to you. I don't think the ammo version matters too much, but on this build, if you want to take that, you can, because I am taking the perk here Emperor's Judgment. But overall, the weapons here are not super ammo inefficient on like absolute difficulty or hard strats with teammates, so it's really not that big of an issue. Now for the secondary here, I do take the brand new Heroic Plasma Pistol. This thing is ridiculous at times, especially on tac. Now there are some bugged interactions with this weapon where like if you take Rack and Penetrator rounds and like shoot it off and like swap to a bolter weapon in your primary, you will get the damage bonus here. That is currently a bug. It will probably be fixed, so for this build I am taking the perk here Plasma Boost instead, and we'll be building around that today. Now there are really only 2 or 3 good setups on this gun in my opinion, because the perk effect down here is called Overcharged Plasma Coils. Only fires charge shots and increased damage, but charge time is longer. So basically you have a 5 business day charge up speed on this gun, but your charge shots will one-shot pretty much any Majoris in the game, on top of doing tremendous damage to Extremis and bosses. Now this gun will normally overheat on the first shot no matter what, unless you take the perk over here Charge Cooling. Charge shots generate 10% less heat. This will leave you on a 90% overheat, which is really nice to trigger perk effects over here like Plasma Boost, but I will say, if you don't care too much about double shooting this weapon or double shotting this weapon, you don't really have to take this perk over here. You could build down into the bottom row for things like Retaliation for more damage on a single shot instead. That is up to you though. The perk tree setup I've chosen here is taking the perk Plasma Collection first, moving here into the perk Rapid Cooling. Then I grab the perk here Plasma Collection again, Divine Might for a 10% damage buff, and then we pick up Blast Radius, Perpetual Velocity, and the perk effect here Efficient Charge, and move here into Charge Cooling. Now alternatively, you could skip over Divine Might down here and also pick up Plasma Collection for more ammo, but that is up to you. That's pretty much all there is for the secondary here. Now for the melee selection, You also have a couple options. On this build, I am taking the White Scars Chainsword here, the new heroic one, with a Blood Angel skin on it, on top of the heroic perk effect down here, giving us Fury of Jagoras. Adrenaline Surge stacks are increased to 3. The third stack is a higher damage bonus, but the bonus for the second stack is reduced. Now, this weapon is super nice for utility. It has a great damage rate against minors and stuff like that. The Horde Clear here is amazing, and also just gives you a ton of options to just deal with Majoris and Extremis, and the damage here is actually quite high. Now, the perk tree I chose for this is Perpetual Velocity into the perk here, Swift Recovery. Then I move here into the perk Perpetual Strength and Perpetual Strength again, and we move over here into Reverberating Impact. Stomp area effect radius increases by 50%. Now, the nice thing about the White Scars Chainsword here is that because you have an 8 speed on a blocking variant, you can actually get to a stomp with the full throttle combo skip down here that I will have like a link to in the video description, where basically you can combo skip to a stomp before the Adrenaline Surge charges actually run out. So a really nice benefit there, so that's why I take this perk. Next perk here is Combined Onslaught, down here into the perk Heavy Onslaught, and then we pick up Full Throttle, and then we go up here into Hard Target and Majora's Slayer. That's pretty much all there is for this Chainsword. Now, the other option you can take here is Argent Edge. I would set up this way. This is the better defensive option, and you can also take perk effects instead of Heightened Vigor like Relentless Pursuit, or Versatility with this one, because you don't need the no knockback here because you're not a melee build as much on this weapon. It's like not focused for that, and this one is mainly better for like the perk effect down here called Scathing Retort. Their post window is shorter, but each perfect parry damages and staggers the enemy, so because you're staggering an enemy on every single fencing parry, you don't really have to worry about no knockback at all, and that's pretty much all there is for the melee selection. Now, for the tactical perk tree setup, we do take the perk down here, Plasma Boost first. When plasma weapons are 30% overheated, their damage increases by 40%, and their charge shots use 1 less energy. Now, this is kind of a no-brainer for a plasma build. It'll make you more ammo efficient, it will give you more damage. This also affects your common shots, not just your charge shots, so a really good option. Next perk here is Heightened Vigor. After a perfect time parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage. You can only throw from heavy hits and cannot be knocked back for 10 seconds. When we are using the White Scars Chainsword, we pretty much always pick this up, though if you're taking the Argent Edge, you can take the perk down here, Versatility, for secondary damage, or Relentless Pursuit for 25% more damage on a gun strike for 10 seconds. Those are both good options. Next perk I take here is Emperor's Judgment. After a finisher, the equipped ranged weapon reloads automatically, and your ranged weapons deal 20% more damage for 10 seconds. This will trigger on a Plasma Incinerator, though I will say if you want more ammo, you could take Emperor's Vengeance instead. That is up to you, or if you want more boss damage and like a better spread, you can take Steady Aim, but those are also good perk options. I'm just taking this one today for like that flat buff to all of our damage on Execute. Now for the next team perk here, I take Transhuman Physiology. All team members restore 30% more contested health from range damage. Now with the 40% buff to common shot damage on this weapon in patch 13, the CHP recovery here is actually pretty high already, and Transhuman Physiology makes this weapon really strong on the common shot to recover HP. You'd actually be very shocked, so a really good perk combo here, though I will say if you want to take a lined aim for more damage or secure stockpile for more equipment, you can definitely do that. I'm just taking this one today. Next perk here is Vital Data. Scan Extremis or Terminus level enemy restores Auspex scan charge by 50%. This just gives you more Auspexes against the enemies you want them the most versus like Extremis and Terminus. And the next two perks here are Precise Calibration and Concentrated Fire to like take our Auspex damage bonus up to like 300% total, which is pretty insane. Just be careful with Concentrated Fire because this one will make it so they lose the mark and they leave the scanned area, so you kind of have to be careful against bosses, and you want to use it when like a Neurothrope is screaming, or Carnifex rams a wall, or a Hellbrute is like slamming down the ground. Now, the final perk here is Radiating Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant AoE damage in a 10 meter radius. The cooldown is 90 seconds. This perk is still god tier in patch 13. It will one-shot Majoris. It will one-shot Extremis almost. It will do significant damage to bosses even. It is a very powerful perk option. Definitely pick this up. Now, for our prestige perk options, we take Skill Supplier for more ammo for our primary and secondary. Then we go here into the perk Resilience, Fortitude, and Spare Power because these are really the best combos for a plasma build, and that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. And hopefully this one helped you guys. And if you want to catch me live to ask me questions about the game or just come hang out, you can find me here on YouTube or on Twitch with a link in the video description alongside a link to my community Discord. And as always, thank you for watching, take it easy, bye. For those of you who may be watching this on after the build guide I made, We took Emperor's Vengeance because we found out in solo, turns out, this map has quite the ammo drought. But Emperor's Judgment and Steady Aim are still good in groups. Just by yourself, I'd probably recommend taking a little bit of ammo. Okay. My stubborn ass thought that I could just fight the entire world with 0 ammo, but apparently there is a threshold. Is it 30 absolute missions after the patch? Well, it's 30 absolute missions for the red cape and 100 for the black cape. I don't think anybody has a black cape yet, or if they do, they've been non-stop grinding one class. Well, actually, Patch has been out for like, what? A week? Almost? A little under a week, like 5 days. Someone probably gets 2. You could definitely do 2. It would require non-stop grinding, but you could have done 2. Oh boy. Brothers, move. Water saps us. I've seen black capes from time to time. That's actually pretty reasonable, to be honest. If you just solo grinded one class endlessly in custom strats, you probably could do that. Because like an absolute op only takes like what, 20 to 30 minutes. And if you turn that into custom strats and cheese, you make it go faster. Like, have the mission be like all the enemies have 70% reduced HP and you get like all positive modifiers. You could definitely do it that way because it currently works in custom strats. What are you? Get out of here. Almost had the black cape for your attack. See, there you go. Fucking bastard.
Sorcery claws at my senses. It's new fear in the air, brothers. Now we fight unburdened.
I could have sworn there was a zone throw back there. I think this is currently my favorite Chaos Op, though. Peak Blood Angels Rift SCG, thank you. You know, I've heard conflicting opinions as to like whether or not the like Tactcals actually use a blue helmet like this. They do. I was so greedy. That's a greed the Bible talks about. I wanted my heavy plasma shot 2 feet in front of a Helbert. I pulled out my secondary to charge shot there for a mistake.
pieces.
That common shot damage you do on this, that is good. Oh, it almost as good this. Bang.
Justice for turning against your brothers, traitor.
I would say, maybe I'll make a guide for the plasma pistol here, because something people need to know is that if you don't fully charge this up, like, the charge is a little awkward. If you undercharge it for even like a second, you have to wait for like that little blink to start going. Like this. And that's when you can actually shoot. Otherwise, you waste the entire charge up time. Which is kind of awkward. I'm 50 accolades off, getting the new chains for the normal siege seems to reward my accolades for some reason. We're about to have a new weekly tomorrow. Now here you can just shoot in a form of gun over for all eternity. Very easy.
One more mindless beast slain.
He'll be side, I think, with a tier 1.
Fresh munitions.
They secretly buffed the bulwark, somehow feels stronger than it did in patch 13. I don't think they did anything to him. Or patch 12, I mean. I mean, they buffed Plasma Pistol, so I kind of buffs the bulwark in a lot of ways.
Authorization accepted. Invoking rights unseen. Estimated duration. As you expire signatures, position.
Defensive positions, brothers. We hold this ground.
I swear to God, like, killing the guys here with the plants and stuff like that is just to make you feel good. It hardly does anything. Look at this, you can't actually do anything to us if you just hit fire.
Throwing shot grenade.
Bang.
That puts an end to the witch parasite. Destroy that monstrosity. This monstrosity is dead. War gear acquired.
What is this, Shatter or Blood Angel?
Entry clear. The Thousand Suns will regret leading us here.
I have the same problem as Julia's going 15 or 20 to nothing, so I got my accolades from the hard strat, or the hard siege mode. I didn't get any, I haven't even tried the normal one yet.
No human bodies. Viridian, I have received your Auspex readings. Your new orders are to advance to the Archmago's data vault and purge any remaining data, sealed or otherwise. The traitors cannot recover even a fragment. Deny the Thousand Suns everything. We will See it done, Captain.
That's what I mean. You don't want to ever undercook your plasma. Or that happens.
The true sweet will shatter your obedient little minds. The pity you die in ignorance. United curse raging against the stars, insignificant and soon forgotten. Stay close and sharp.
Let's see here.
They shall claim nothing from this place.
Oh, we gotta respect the Storm Vulture there.
Scan it. A traitor in corrupted Terminator place. You are banished into the ether, vile memory of betrayal.
Spread out and find the faulty machine, brothers.
Even in death, the mutant defiles this place with its missile. Wolfpack's pride. Destroy that monstrosity!
The generator must be found.
Vengeance in the name of Primarch! Kill the foe and summon aid! They cower before our glory will spawn!
The generator must be found.
A just death for a betrayer!
The generator must be found.
Crush the heretic Psyker before it comes its foulness!
The generator must be found.
Heresy led you to this end.
Ah, see, we undercooked, we undercooked, we undercooked.
The generator must be found.
Justice for turning against your brothers, traitor!
so generators are down below.
The generator
So we
must
want-
be found. Generator located.
Well fought. We broke their ranks.
Power restored.
The plasma is seemingly very strong now. I'd put it in like the A tier guns. I think I put it in like C tier last time. It's pretty good now. I don't know if I'd say it's on the level of like plasma,
Generator located.
like not plasma, pyro blaster and nade launcher and stuff like that, but it's very strong.
Power restored.
Power restored. The sacred circuit awakens.
We triumph over our malformed foe.
Sterilization complete. All records expunged. Mail administration is established.
Viridian, we are registering a significant warp energy spike inside Nosing's laboratory. Reach the lab and eliminate the heretics. Do not allow their ritual to reach completion. As you command, Captain. Viridian en route. Which sows down because it fears our advance. The heretic's words are hollow. Our task remains undone, brothers.
The path is clear.
The taint of corruption grows stronger. We draw closer to the source.
Its rotten blood corrupts all it touches.
Morning FG, how are you doing, brother? We're doing great, Opposite. How are you? We're just trying out a Blood Angels inspired plasma build here.
A just death for a betrayer.
Using the new Heroic Chainsword as well.
Terminator in sight. Silence the deep call for its foul brethren. Strike down that spearman. Scion of the dark gods.
He's way out there. Oh shit. Sniper warfare.
Accursed champion of chaos falls. Crude mutants, easily broken. Exterminated. All specs ready to scan. The foe seeks to rally reserves. Halt it! I shall rise above this darkness!
Try a 3-pointer with that plasma shot. Doing it right, brother. Just working out goes the cape grind. I've hardly been focused on the cape grind at all, to be honest. I assume I'll just get it eventually, because I just play this game all day. So I assume it's coming for me no matter what. Not a rush. Maybe we'll go for like a okay. Very cool. Love gamers be live or VOD? Oh, we are live. Alright, perpetual velocity is active now, which means we have a much faster charge rate on our gun.
Behold the abyss of the mind devoid of temperance. Justice for turning against your brothers, traitor.
Nice Perk bug. There you go.
Deploying frag grenade. Hero blast radius. Enhanced visuals incoming. This infestation is for too long. My resolve cannot be tainted.
AFC, what's the shortest operation from the Cape Grind? Decap. Bill, decap. Okay, he's just gonna slam me down there. So there's ammo up here. I can't do much about him because there's dodge. We got a Hellbrute up here, it's pretty bad. We have a lot of ammo, so we're gonna want the auxiliary reload thing. Or the loadout station up here. Please let me go. Okay. You don't want to leave? Oh, now you want to leave? Okay. They left like semi-functional lifts on this thing, it would seem. See you later, nerds. Hell for into this bitch.
The lab is within sight. We are
Oh
close.
shit. You guys are actually scary.
Auspex multi-scanner available. Sandal spear carrier in sight.
I can kill one of them though. Alright, that can text me now.
Abomination is silenced.
Our
And a bomb.
primary objective lies behind this entrance.
Run to service. Ever dutiful, ever faithful.
Those lifts are chaotic, no kidding.
Precious gods, shrieking as their souls are rent for kindling. I will enjoy watching your hope wither into necessity.
This is a really cool finale though.
Waste
I can't wait to see there's like an actual Terminator sorcerer here at the end in like the next patch.
The Cadians hold on. Let us not fail them. New objective. Destroy the ritual. The eyes power the prisons. Take them out.
Okay.
What is it to be a space marine?
Can I do this? Oh yeah, that's much less
It
awkward.
is to be death. What is it to be death? It is to be the destroyer, the end of all things.
Surely the Cadians will save me.
Another ward falls.
See what becomes of those who pray to dark gods! I shall rise above this darkness! Scanning! That one calls for reinforcements! Slain and sorcerer brethren! Armor filled! Its brethren answer the call! Terminator in sight! All specs ready to scan! Sorcery
Okay.
claws my senses!
Okay, you fucking balls, dude.
All specs engaged! The enemy pleads for aid! The armed enemy are at our doorstep!
Guardsmen freed.
If I don't find a sim here, I'm at the lock in.
Rise above this! This monstrosity is dead! Setting thermal charge! All specs prime!
Cadians, you are liberated. Do your duty. Now we press the attack. Brothers, seize the altar. We shut this rift down together.
Heresy legends in this
Alright, 5 HP and a dream.
Brothers, the altar. We must take it.
Your archmagos please.
We have found no relics and no sims this entire game, so I'd say, all things considered, it's going pretty well.
Your own flesh. Waste.
Brothers, the altar. We must take it. Almost every trial is won. Let this battle be no different. The altar is exposed. Strike it down.
Once you interact with this, you can't die, so we win. Once you interact with the altar, you're invulnerable, so... Well, you'll still take damage, but you can never actually die.
Signatures are dissipating across the battlefield. Exemplary work. Return to the Resilient. Have the Cadians follow. Their exposure to the...
Transhuman physiology is pretty good.